my favorite bit.
Hello my darlings, it's Chanel, and today I am doing the mid-year freakout book tag, or the mid-year book tag. I have read this number of books so far this year, and out of those books, these are the ones I've selected. So the first question is, what is the best book you've read this year? And this is an itty bitty novella, but it was my favorite thing that I read, and it is For He Can Creep by Siobhan Carroll. In this book, Satan tries to mess with the poet Christopher Smart, but his cat Joffrey is like, not today, Satan. Joffrey is the most badass literary cat ever, and he battles the king of hell to protect his human, because even the devil can't out-creep a determined feline. If I scratch my face a lot, it's because I accidentally got epoxy resin on my cat. She was weaving in between my legs and I tripped, and I was holding some buttons I was making and all the epoxy fell on top of her. So I've had to shave her while I was wearing this dress, and her hair is everywhere. Question 2 is the best sequel you have read so far this year, and it's all the Freyren installments. So Freyren is a 1,000-year-old elf who defeats the Demon King with her RPG party and says, "Cool later nerds," and pieces out. 50 years pass. Her human friends are either really old or dead. Whoops. It turns out emotions are a thing, and she might have actually liked them. But now she's on a post-epic slow life road trip with a grumpy teen mage and a shy himbo with a sword, trying to learn how feelings work. Along the way, they fight demons, take magic exams Hunger Games style, reconcile with grief, and slowly learn what it means to feel, remember, and live. The series balances adventure with introspective, tear-inducing storytelling and legit laugh out loud moments. Every single installment has been a minimum of 4 stars for me. I absolutely love this manga series. The next question is a genre you've been loving reading the most. Really surprisingly, horror. This is the first year I really got into horror. I never ever liked it before. I only like certain types, but if you look at all of my 5 stars, some of them are actually going to horror. So that's just come out like a dark horse with a killing spree behind them. The next question is a new release you haven't read yet, but want to, and that is My Friends by Frederick Bachman. And this is about the transformative, timeless power of friendship. I'm sure it'll be a warm, tear-inducing hug of a book, like every single one of his books that I have read. The next question is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. And for me, that's A Library of Hellebore by Cassandra Khaw, who I have had 5-star reads from before. I did pre-order a really gorgeous, beautiful copy of this, thanks to Tom. And the book itself is about students who are trapped in the creepiest library ever, where they must make nightly human sacrifices lest the faculty break down the door and eat them. The next question is favorite nonfiction so far, and that would be Universe in Verse by Maria Popova. I have it on my 5-star shelf. And this is where scientists are basically stardust detectives. Maria Popova throws a cosmic poetry party where black holes, atoms, and Carl Sagan all vibe together. Space is romantic and gravity is just clingy love. This was a beautiful blend of poetry with real-life scientific breakthroughs and events. The biggest surprise for me was The Frozen River by someone whose name I have forgotten. I'm very sorry. This is about a midwife who goes full Sherlock Holmes in 1789 Maine. She delivers babies by day and solves murders by night, whilst battling frostbite, the patriarchy, and her own past. Martha the fucking Mad Ballad. I normally don't like historical fictions that don't include magic of some kind, some other element, horror, something. This is straight up historical fiction, but it was a 5-star read for me, and that's why it's the biggest surprise. Then it's your new favorite author, someone who is new to you, and I'm going to go with Cody Goodfellow. And I read their book, The Flying Nun, which is about a badass girl chilling at a nunnery who fights evil with more sass than sanctity. Holy orders? More like holy mayhem. This was fun. It was just a really fun time. It's a bit bizarro, but I fell in love with it, and I'm looking forward to reading more of Cody's work. Newest fictional crush for me is Xavier Rush from Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. He is a Rhysand lookalike vet who does the most. Come on, Eileen. Would. Newest favorite character is Martha the Badass Bitch Ballad From the book The Frozen River, which was my biggest surprise. She is a midwife with balls of steel who don't take no shit from nobody. A book that made me cry, Wild Dark Shores by Charlotte McConaughey. It wasn't crying, I was sobbing for my life. I could not breathe. My chest was broken and I was heaving with sorrow. It's about a broody dad and his kids who are packing up the seed bank south of Australia near Antarctica when a hella sus woman washes up to shore with a mysterious agenda and a whole lot of baggage. Turns out broody guy also has a whole lot of trauma. There's love, seals, trauma, climate change, and so many feelings and tears. A book that made you happy, Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This is Girl Meets Boy. Boy is hot. Girl has baggage. Boy has trauma. Sparks fly. Kittens poop. Chaos ensues. There's kissing, crying, healing, and love wins eventually. The most beautiful book you have acquired this year, that is The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Oh, sorry, gotta learn how to pronounce that one. I will show you insert footage here of it. This is about an alien prince with a needy rose who tours the galaxy and meets a bunch of lonely weirdos who all clearly need therapy, but instead they get metaphored into oblivion. You have a king with no subjects, a drunk guy who drinks to forget he's drinking, and a lamplighter who is the human version of burnout culture. Eventually, the little prince ends up on Earth, where he tames a wild fox, complains about grown-ups being boring and having no imagination, and passes his wisdom onto a pilot who has crashed in the desert and who will forever look at the stars differently after having met him. What books do you need to read before the end of the year? The Faceless Thing We Adore, because I also ordered a beautiful copy of this thanks to Tom. This is set in a cult-loving, sex-positive commune where everyone's either way too zen or just plain creepy. There's a mysterious teenage prisoner and things get weird fast. The weekend wellness retreat turns into a cosmic horror house party, and our main character is the only one who can stop the apocalypse. Favorite video you've done? For me, that was Eurovision, which is a fabulous annual sparkly chaos fest where Europe and Australia battle with glitter, laser lights, and key changes to win a trophy shaped like a mic and bragging rights for a year. Politics are totally not involved. It's just bops and books in that video where I pair books with my favorite contenders for that year, and I dressed up like Bambi Thug. I'm a hoe for Eurovision bro, so I really had fun filming that video. And lastly, tag some content creators you've been loving. I follow hundreds of people, so I just chose the first six people that came up on my subscriptions feed. So we've got Katarina from Katarina Ream, Lucy from Lucy Can Read, Kieran from Kieran Reader, Melissa from Beware of Pity, Sophie from Bibliosophie, and McKenna from McKenna Loves Content. I am going to go and lynch roll my entire body. Thanks for tuning in. I've had a really fun first 6 months of the year. I have, I think, found more 5 stars this year than I did last year at this point in time. So things are looking up, babes. Until next time, stay wild, Star Child.
Which one's your favorite?